We've heard a lot about cardiac arrests or heart attacks, essentially cardiac deaths at marathons in recent years. So what do we need to know about it, and what potentially can we do to lower that risk? I'm Dr. David, orthopedic surgeon, sports medicine specialist, and author of That's Gotta Hurt: The Injuries That Changed Sports Forever. I provide education, information, and commentary on sports and exercise, injuries, injury treatments, and injury prevention for athletes and active people so that you can stay healthy and perform your best. Roughly 2 million people run marathons and half marathons every year. It's a tremendous number. And yeah, we've heard about some cardiac arrests that have occurred at marathons in recent years, and it's scary, no question. Should we be concerned? Well, I want to share some information from a study that came out over the last few years that may put this in perspective, and then I'm going to share a couple things to know and maybe to do to prevent the risk from this. So first of all, this was a study that was in the New England Journal of Medicine, and it was looked at basically the marathons in the United States over a 10-year period. And what they found were that there were 59 cardiac arrests. I think it was 40 in marathons and 19 in half marathons. Now, about 71% of those people died, and that seems high, but that's actually lower than the rate of death due to cardiac arrest that occurs outside the hospital generally. So still, that's not great, but maybe being at a marathon where there's medical personnel all around potentially is a good thing. But if then you do the math, that's basically one death in every 259,000 participants in marathons. That seems high. Like for every 250 or so thousand marathon runners, one potentially will die. But if you compare that to the rates in college sports, it's one death in 43,000 or so participants. In triathlons, one death in 52,600 participants. Middle-aged joggers, it's one death in 7,620. So in just middle-aged joggers generally, outside of marathons, the rate of death is even higher. So scary, but in perspective, the risk is lower than in college sports, in triathlons, even in middle-aged people just out for a jog. All right, first thing I think that's important to know is probably a good idea to know CPR. Even if it's just running with a friend, and if your friend drops on the side of the road, marathon or not, knowing CPR, that really improves their rate of survival. The other thing is, and I didn't point it out, but that study shows that the most common reason for death, heart-related death in marathon runners, especially the ones that died, was a condition called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, which I talk about in a video that I recorded last week, a good reason to see the doctor before starting a workout program. But that's a condition where the walls lining the heart, the muscle gets very thick, or you're sort of genetically born that way, so to speak, and you may not even know it, and then basically manifests by you dropping dead. And so that's where the basically preseason physical for young athletes is so important. But if you're about to run a marathon, not always a bad idea to get checked out. I also may find basically coronary artery disease that could cause a cardiac arrest as well. But getting a cardiac screening, see your doctor, let them ask questions, listen to your heart, maybe get an EKG or even stress tests to see what your risk is before you run that marathon. It's precautionary. I'm not trying to scare you out of running a marathon at all. There's great reasons to run a marathon. Just maybe take some steps to stay healthy while you do it. All right, do you run marathons, and do you worry about your risk of cardiac arrest? What do you do about it? Do you see your doctor on a regular basis for it? Leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear your experience, and I bet runners basically from all around the world would be interested in what you have to say as well. If you like videos like this and you want more information on sports and exercise injuries and injury treatments and injury prevention, subscribe to my video channel. Click the subscribe or the like button in the upper right corner of this page. I record several of these videos every single week, and they'll get delivered directly to you. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have friends that run marathons, maybe you could share this video with them so they could lower their risk of a problem in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you right here next time.